All right, early morning, get up this morning, set the alarm for 4:40 this morning. I've got work, so putting in work even when everyone's sleeping. So like for the last few days, I've been starting up every session with the deadlifts. 40 kilos for 5 sets of 10, that's kind of what I want to do every day. It's very, very lightweight, I hear you. It probably doesn't do much at all in terms of the muscular part of me, but in terms of the nervous, I think I'm doing something. I'm teaching my body that it's okay to go through this movement pattern. If you guys have been watching the last few videos, you know that I had a bit of a run-in with the deadlift. Basically put me in the bed for the following day and a half with DOMS. I was really sore, and so part of that was probably the fact that I haven't trained it for a very long time, but the other part is that it's a completely new movement pattern to my body, and my nervous system kind of freaked out, and the fatigue wasn't just solely from the muscular fatigue, it was also the nervous shock of it all. And then, it took a couple of days kind of really easy, and then yesterday I warmed up, did my squatting, and then I thought, actually, no, it was before squatting. I just felt really good as I was warming up with the 40 kilos. Crossed my mind to try some hook grips. I added some weight, and that kind of quickly led to me putting on more and more weight on the bar. I was really happy how my lumbar spine was behaving. I had really good control through the core. So I ended up doing 210 kilos for 1 rep. I have not lifted anything remotely this heavy for a very long time off the floor. So I was really pleased about that. I'm pleased what my core is doing. I'm pleased that I've gotten stronger without actually doing the deadlift. So that's that basically. The core is really strong. I feel like there's a lot of room, a lot of wriggle room left with the deadlift, which basically means that the squat has a really good carryover to the deadlift, because I have not trained any deadlift variation for some time, and deadlift off the floor, very long time. So that's that, and then, the squat every day continues. I did some squatting today as well, top set of 180. That kind of felt alright as well. The other thing with the deadlifting every day, deadlifting, small kind of weight every day, part of the warm-up is the fact that my glutes really get warmed up really well, so that's kind of cool too. I think it's a really good combination. I think it's a match made in heaven. I said in the previous video that the squat is kind of like a knee extension exercise, and then the deadlift is a hip extension exercise. They both do everything, both of those. Both movements are both extending the knee and the hip. The difference being is that the squat does, bigger range of motion for both of the joints. But the good thing about the deadlift is that because it limits the knee extension, the knee range of motion, it calls into other muscles to fire more. So, hits the posterior chain a bit more, taxes the core a little bit more. And that kind of carries over to the squat really well, because all of a sudden the squat, all those muscles that you kind of train for the deadlift are kind of taking it easy, I guess, in the squat, because the torso angle is not as extreme as with the deadlift. For me, for whatever reason, if you have some sort of degree of forward lean of the body, it just fatigues me. And I don't know whether that's because I haven't trained it like I have trained the squat. So that's kind of where the philosophy is kind of coming out of. I really want to expose my body to something like this more often. I want to teach the body that it's okay to be in these positions. A lot of you guys have said that the squats take a lot out of you, and I just kept thinking about whether it's just an exposure thing. I've squatted for 400 days in a row. Of course my body's okay with squatting. If you've been deadlifting frequently for a very long time, of course you're going to be okay with deadlifting. If you're a laborer, if you're digging trenches for a living, if you're lifting heavy things all day, every day, of course deadlifting is going to be okay for you. I'm a nurse, right? Like, I don't lift heavy weight every single day for a job, so I basically need to rely solely on my training to make sure that everything's okay. Anyway, I'll leave you guys at that. I got to run out of here and get to work. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Cheers.